welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be showing you everything that's in my camera bag. I love my camera bag and I love all the gear I shoot with, so I'm super excited to show you what I use on a typical wedding day. So to start, I want to show you what my bag is. This is my photography backpack. It is from Atlas Supply Co. I don't actually remember the color of it, but it has a super nice flap. It has a laptop sleeve in the back and it's super padded, so that's really nice. And when you open it up, it opens into this super nice grid. So I'm going to show you everything that I keep in here, as well as a few tips and tricks for just small things that you need to keep in your camera bag. So to start things off, this is the camera body I use. It's a Sony A9 and it's super nice. I just recently got this about a few months ago, so I'm obsessed with it, and this is my main camera body that I use. So I always have a backup camera body with me on a wedding day. This is just in case something happens to my main camera and I can't use it, I'll have a second body so that I can keep shooting. So this is my A9 and this is my Sony A7iii. I used it for a while as my main camera, but then I got this A9 and this became my backup camera. It's a super lightweight camera, both of them are. And the Sony A7iii is a great option to have as a backup camera. So next I'm going to show you what lenses I use. This is my Sigma 35 1.4. This is for Sony. I actually don't ever use this personally. I always use the Sony brand 35 1.4, which is actually on the camera right now that's filming this video. So I decided to show you my backup 35 lens. Usually if I have a second shooter, my husband Charlie, he'll use this lens to shoot in case I'm using my 35 and he wants a similar angle to what I'm doing. Next is my Sony A9 1.8. This is an awesome lens. I love to use this for my longer focal length. This is actually the longest lens that I own, and I find that I don't really need anything longer. If I need to get up close and personal, I'll just move towards my subject. This is the Sony brand, and it's awesome for getting a nice blurry background, so I'll sometimes switch in between this and my 35. The 35 is my main lens and I shoot on it all the time, so I always want to make sure I have a backup, which is why I have this one. The 35 is the same focal length as what you see through your eye, so I love to capture just moments as they're happening with this 35. It really allows me to take photos similar to what I'm seeing, and I just don't know what I would do without this lens. This is the lens that I use 80% of the time. So the last lens that I carry with me is actually a super small and cheap lens. It's the Sony 50 1.8. I keep this lens just in case something happens to my 35 or if I want a little bit more depth but I don't want to go all the way to the 85. This is a great backup option. It's super light, and if you're just starting out, this is a great lens to shoot on. Because it goes to 1.8, it has great bokeh and it's still super cheap, so it's budget friendly if you're just starting out. The next thing I always keep in my bag is my flash. I never know when I'm gonna need it. This is a Sony brand flash. It literally just says Sony, so I kind of have no idea what the specs are or anything specific about this. All that I know is this is the Sony flash for the A7iii and the A9, so I always bring this with me on a wedding day just in case the lighting is bad. I never know when I'm gonna use it. Sometimes it's nice to just bounce a flash in a naturally lit room so that you eliminate some of the shadows on your subject. So when I have a flash, I always have my batteries with me. I keep a big pack of batteries in my camera bag, and I probably go through one set of battery per 2 weddings that I shoot. So it's just nice to have these just in case your camera runs out of battery and you need to switch real quick. You don't have to run to the store or anything like that. So next in my camera bag is my card case. It's actually super big and hefty, but it's super nice, and I'll show you guys what it looks like on the inside. It's just super nice and organized. I keep this with me because it's waterproof. It floats in case, I somehow end up in the middle of a lake. And this is really nice because I can organize all my cards as I shoot on them, and I'm able to see what cards have been recorded on and what cards are open for me to use. So lastly, I bring batteries with me. This is kind of an obvious thing, but I always bring 1 battery for my camera and 2 extra batteries fully charged, just in case my battery runs out during an important time or I have to stay longer than expected. I just always make sure I have extra batteries just in case. So these are all 3 lenses that I bring with me on a wedding day. I find that I don't need any more lenses than these 3 right here. The 35, the 50mm, and then the 85. The 85 is my long lens, and I'll use it if I can't get close to my subject or it's during a ceremony. And the 35 is what I use mainly throughout the whole day for portraits, for everything. It's just nice to have these 3 options so that I can switch on and off when I need to. So I always recommend bringing water whenever you're shooting a wedding, but this also applies to if you're just shooting in general. Just always make sure you have water in case you need it. If you get tired or feel faint, it's awesome to stay hydrated. This is specifically for weddings. I always bring like a little snack with me. Today I have chocolate almonds with me, but it doesn't matter whatever you like to eat. Just bring something small with you in case you do start to feel like you're hungry or you don't get fed for whatever reason. Chocolate almonds. So the last thing that I have in my camera bag is actually a mask. Right now we're in the middle of a pandemic, and so it's super important for me to have my mask with me. If I'm shooting, I want to make sure that I don't get any viruses or anything, so I'm able to keep shooting any scheduled sessions I have after my current session. So always wear a mask. So that is it. That is my entire camera bag, and that is what I will bring to every single wedding. I know that there's a lot of things that I would like to add to my bag, but right now this is what my bag looks like. So let me know what's in your bag, and make sure you follow me on Instagram to see my recent work. Have an awesome day, and make sure you go check out my other videos for more tips on photography.